What's good, y'all? It's your man j.Kyle here, and you are with me on the Life Grooming Podcast. Welcome back. This is, I believe, episode 5, if I'm counting correctly. Episode 5, I think. Today is the hot towel shave. How y'all been liking the whole Undraped series? A little different, right? I hope it works for y'all. Although this is a new episode, technically it's part 2 of the transforming your mouth. Last time we were talking about beard and mustache. Today we're going to talk about hot shave. Now, I'm going to hop right into this one. This doesn't have a lot of backstory to it. I'm going to give you just a little bit of information about shaving. The hot towel straight razor shave is like, it is the luxury item of a barbershop. When done right. It is luxurious. Now, the amazing thing about a straight razor hot towel shave is that the actual shave part is the same no matter where you go, technically speaking. Now, it can be done different ways, but technically speaking, it's the same thing. But the experiences that are put around the shave is what makes it so different. The shave that we teach in the school, I want to say the shave is, well, we can't do them now because of COVID, but I want to say the shave isn't even $20. It's less than that. It's less than that. But the very same shave, like the end result, done at a place like the Art of Shaving, you easily putting out like $70 easy. There's a flagship store in New York City for the Art of Shaving. Shout out to my man Vinny if he ever hears this podcast, because he used to rock with Art of Shaving. But there's a flagship store in New York City. And their barbers were charging, the company was charging for like a full royal shave, $100. 100. That's 100, then the decimal point, and 2 more zeros. That's just for the service. Then they was getting tipped, but they were like right there near Wall Street and all this stuff. But I say all that to say that the shave it takes a very skilled person to shave correctly, but it's such a great experience. Even if you don't do the full facial shave, like to get I would never shave my whole beard. I don't know what I look like under this thing. I'm scared. I don't know what I look like. I feel like I'm not even gonna continue that thought, because I don't even want to know what I look like without a beard. But I have had a straight razor put on my face with a hot towel and just line it up, all that type of good stuff. It's an amazing experience, but it's equally great to perform a hot towel shave on someone. And the thing about shaving, when done right, there's a few basic principles that go into play. The first one is just preparing the skin with oils and different tonics and things of that nature. And then there's the hot towel itself that gets the muscles ready and opens up the pores. The different types of shaving creams or shaving lotions, whatever you're using. Of course, the razor itself, right? And then the post-shave work, so putting moisture back into the skin. A cold towel. Man, look, the first time I had a cold towel put on my face after a hot towel shave, that is for all of my brothers out there who do the shave, even if it's just a head shave, If you've never had it done before, listen, go ahead and get you a cold towel applied to your face after the shave, or your head after the shave. Woo, man, that is beautiful. That feels good. So yeah, the cold towel, and then the finishing tonics and all those type of things, and how that applies, how God really helped me with life and grooming my life through shaving is the fact that, as we said in the last podcast, our mouth, the beard, the mustache on a man's face helps to structure how his face and even his hair looks. So what comes out of your mouth structures how you look to yourself and to others. But when we're talking about a complete removal of hair, metaphorically speaking, we're talking about getting rid of everything that is negative that can come out of your mouth. Now, just like an actual shave, the sharper the razor, the better. If you have a very coarse beard, you try to put a dull razor on a coarse beard, it's a horrible, horrible experience. So you want something that's really sharp. If you have a coarse beard, you need a lot of heat to really soften the hair and to loosen these muscles up. But one thing that is very, very important that some people overlook is what your non-dominant hand is doing. The hand that's pulling the skin in the opposite direction. And what I simply want to tell you in this is there are times in life, especially when we're dealing with the part of transformation that deals with changing what we say. There's time when life is going to bring you heat that's going to be almost unbearable. I mean, a good hot towel for a shave is, you need like smoking, like almost too hot to touch. When life brings you that type of heat, you don't run from that, because what it's doing, it's conditioning you to be stretched. And the thing about buffering our mouths or changing what we say, it's really a mental game, because you speak what's up in here. And life has a way of bringing situations around you that if you manage them right, the heat and the pressure that comes from life's circumstances, if you utilize them right, they are loosening some things in you so that you can be prepared to allow yourself to be stretched in a way that might make you look ugly, that might make you look weird, that might feel uncomfortable at first. And it's necessary because there's something sharp coming. And sometimes, if you've ever heard people say, I've heard people make this statement before: death comes in threes, stress comes in threes. I don't really know if that's necessarily factual, but in this scenario of what I'm speaking about, life can have a tendency to bring you a situation that is one part of another situation. And when it comes to the heavy, heated things in your life, the best thing to do is sit and endure it. You put a hot towel on a man's face in order to shave him, that towel needs to sit. It needs to sit and do its job. Not every pressure, not every tension that comes to you is meant for you to run away from. Some things you need to sit in and let it soften you, because life and trauma has had a way with hardening you and making you brittle, making you stiff, not flexible enough for what's coming. Because if you try to put a really sharp razor on a dry face, you could easily cut them. And it's so important that we learn how to sit in the heat of some circumstances so that we can be in a better position to be stretched because what comes after that heat is some uncomfortable movement that's still necessary. It's still necessary. It's still necessary for you to have to deal with some things. You know, like, what? Look, you see how I look weird doing this. This look, that just looks weird. It does. But I promise you, if I was getting shaved right now, they better do this. Okay? You better have my cheek up in the bottom of my eyeball so you can get all of this. Sometimes when it comes to completely changing how you think and how you speak, you have to be willing to look crazy. You have to be willing to go through some uncomfortable stretching, because when that sharp blade comes, and how many of y'all know life can be sharp? When that thing comes, it's coming to do one job and one job only. It's coming to remove the parts of you that you do not need in the safest way possible. And that's the trick. Sometimes we feel like the best way for us to change is through comfort. Sometimes comfort is a disguise. Sometimes comfort is a crutch. More times than none, you need some things that are uncomfortable, some things that hurt, some things that if you move just the wrong way, it could do more damage, in order to do the most clearing of how you think and how you speak. A really, 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 really good shave done exceptionally well will remove all the facial hair that it's intended to be moved without any irritation to the skin. No irritation at all whatsoever. With all that sharp blade and all that heat and shaving cream and all these things around that seem uncomfortable, that could even feel uncomfortable, it's also that when that crap is cleared away from you, what's left afterwards is this smooth, fresh, silky skin. This smooth, fresh, silky new beginning that could have only been cleared away by way of some heat, by way of some discomfort and stretching, and by way of some sharp truths. Because the truth can be sharp, and most times life will use truth as its blade. It cuts deep. Ooh, woo. I'm trying to tell you, if you want to get down to the core of changing, start asking yourself some hard, truthful questions. Stuff that might make you look bad, stuff that might make you sound bad, stuff that might seem like it's unfair for you to have to deal with because it was their fault or they weren't there. I mean, you want to dig deep? You want to get clean? You want that smooth feeling afterwards? You want that fresh start afterwards? Ask yourself some hard, truthful questions. That's the razor blade of life. Hard truths. Any guy will tell you who's ever had a really good head shave or face shave, especially straight razor one, the air feels different. Everything feels different. You put a hat on, like you feel parts of the hat you didn't even know was there. You go outside with that freshly shaved face and you feel stuff on your skin that you didn't feel walking in. There's an awareness of life that is so fresh, and it's so refreshing. So refreshing. But it only comes after that hot towel shave. So I'm leaving you with that today. I'm leaving you with endure the heat. Endure the discomfort that comes from stretching. Disregard if you look silly or not. And allow hard truths to give you a fresh perspective and a fresh beginning. Because when you do, you will have an awareness of life and an appreciation of some of the smallest things that you could not experience before. So go get that hot towel shake. You know what I mean? All right, y'all. It is that time for me to go. I don't know where that gnat came from, but it just got all up in the screen. Just rude. Can somebody tell me why gnats are rude? I mean, just all up in your business. I don't know. Nevertheless, hit me up on IG at j.KyleGrooming. YouTube, LifeGrooming. Email, JKyleGrooming at gmail.com. There's no dot in the Gmail. It's just JKyle, the letter J, K-Y-L-E, grooming at gmail.com. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google, the LifeGrooming Podcast is the name of the show. And stay with us. We only have a few more left. We are a little bit over halfway done with this Undraped series. I'm so happy, and I want to take the time to appreciate all of you who have watched or listened, shared, commented, been a blessing in some way, shape, or form, who've been praying for me and for the podcast, and whatever God is going to do with this thing, so be it. I'm just being obedient to it. I'm not responsible for where it goes ultimately, because that's already been figured out. I'm just being responsible and having a good time in the process of it. So I appreciate y'all. Do me a favor and subscribe, share, and I'll see y'all on the next podcast. Y'all have a good one. Peace.